Wait, did it work? I think I forgot to... Oh, wait, is it working? Is it working? Hello? I did not prepare for it to go live because I wasn't sure whether I'd linked it, but apparently I did, and everything's working. Hello, can you hear me? One and all, hello. I can already see there's a couple people in chat. How you doing? Nice to see you in here. Great day. We got a couple of things to go over. A couple of neat things. Probably more stuff that I've missed, but you know, I want to go over some of the stuff that's been going on in things, because a lot of stuff's been going on, and I haven't spoken to you guys in a while. Hello, Mr. Thery. Hello, Mr. Thery's actually my father's name. No, it's not. But hello. Oh my God, hello. Already we got a super chat. Thank you so much, Marzo9, for the £1.80 super chat. Thank you so much. Yo, first time I caught you on a live. Well, thank you very much. Every time I join a stream, I have to wait 5 minutes to talk, even though I've been sub for ages. Oh, that is weird. That is weird. Normally, it's just that if you're subscribed, then it should take, should let you do it within 5 minutes. So, if you've just subscribed. So that is odd. Love your content. Thank you. Thank you. We're going to be going over a few things today. And I just kind of wanted to give you all, just say hi and go over some of the leaks and stuff. I guess Neopetron character's name will be called the Toymaker. Most probably. Yes, but do me a favour if you are just joining the stream. I can't believe we already got 100 of you in here. Just like the stream if you haven't already. It would be greatly appreciated. Yes, there has been an alleged leak on Gallifrey base talking about a new TARDIS interior, which goes over the look of the TARDIS. And we've also got new images of Neil Patrick Harris on set, as well as some new details from Russell T, courtesy of Doctor Who magazine. It's been re-uploaded on Cultbox. I'm still waiting on my Doctor Who magazine thingy. Also, you can't see, but we got the merch. I don't know whether you can see that, but we got it on. It's just, unfortunately, it revealed the news to us. There's a couple of bits. I guess the guy makes toys. Well, the Toymaker, yeah, that is kind of the whole thing. They keep people in toys. Thank you again, Morazo, for the £1.79 super chat. Be right back, hopefully. Okay, thank you for the super chats. Is it organic? Full wheels ahead. A great day when Thery streams. Well, thank you very much. Please don't be clickbait. I mean, everything that's mentioned in the stream we're going to talk about. So it really depends on what your definition of clickbait is, really. I mean, some people just see, titles with caps in them and exclamation marks as clickbait, and it's that's just every YouTube title, man. I don't know what to tell you. But yeah. So let's get into it. So the first thing we got, now this was apparently from an Instagram post. We got this image of Neil Patrick Harris that everyone was reacting to alongside David Tennant. It's actually the image I used in the thumbnail. This was taken during the Bristol Camden filming stuff, which is very cool. It depicts obviously Neil Patrick Harris and David Tennant. You can see another guy taking a picture here. They look great. Again, I don't know who this was originally posted by, but you kind of, they just look fantastic. Obviously, there's been a filter applied to it that's making it all look a bit more saturated, but they look great. 10 out of 10 for both of them. I can't wait to see them both together. I think they're going to be phenomenal. Genuinely, I just think, yeah, I'm so excited for these guys. I hope you guys are too. Yeah, they look incredible, don't they? Don't they just look great? Tennant looks creepy. Tennant looks great. No, yeah, that's fair enough. I hope it comes back to Two Hearts plus wheelchair. Yeah, that is the merch design. Speaking of merch design, Doctor Who fans were graced with this from Forbidden Planet. Now, I don't want to say anything, right? I'm not gonna say that mine is better. But I think mine is better. I think you can all agree. No, the only thing that's bad about this, which I might change for later releases, is I think the logo could be a bit higher up. But it's a very comfy material. But yeah, this doesn't look good. I don't know whether it's because they're worried that if they use the Apple emojis, which is the emojis used for the announcement, they'll get sued. But come on, what is this? What is this? 0 out of 10. That doesn't look great. Yeah, not a big fan. What was I going to... Okay, so I want to talk a bit about the TARDIS leak. Well, actually, there's a couple of other things to talk about. So, interestingly, one of the things that was revealed in Doctor Who magazine, now obviously I don't want to share the whole thing, because obviously, support the magazine. If you haven't bought it, go support it. I am still waiting on mine. I kind of am regretting getting a physical subscription now. I kind of wish I'd have gone digital. Also, go away, stop asking me to put ads in, I'm busy. But yeah, so it was revealed in DWM that the plans for Russell T Davies's return to Doctor Who have been in motion since 2020. So in this quote it says, "There's so much to tell you, and yet I've still got to shut up. The full story can be told once we hit 2023, including the vital role played by this vulnerable old magazine. Yes, DWM itself has been shaping the future in ways I bet you can't guess. It's a brilliant and truly surprising tale, but it'll have to wait." Suffice to say, an awful lot of planning went into the press release. Timing it with Shooty's announcement, the idea goes way back to Christmas 2020, and then a million emails, setback, and schedules, not to mention the script. So yeah, it was confirmed in this that, they've been planning for RTD since 2020, which I found quite interesting. Now, I know a lot of people, they've said like, oh, that's because Chibnall was... I don't know why you're all saying it's clickbait. I'm going over all of the stuff individually that we're talking about. But, so what I was saying was, a lot of people have been saying that, with the Russell interview, obviously, they were looking for, a replacement in 2020 because, obviously Chibnall only wanted to do one Doctor and all this stuff, which makes sense. But, I don't know, I do find it kind of mental to think that in the year 2020 they were trying to sort out Russell T Davies's era. That's just mad to me. That's mental. I don't know whether anyone else thinks that, but I think that's insane. Also, very recently, in terms of recent Doctor Who news, Ncuti Gatwa got a haircut in the very fitting way that we do. We kind of clown this, being like, oh, does that mean he's filming? I don't think it is. I think this is more for either Barbie or Sex Ed Season 4. I think he is filming some point this year, but not till later this year. So I wouldn't take this as too much of a confirmation that he is starting filming or anything. I don't think it is that, but cool to see it going to black. I think that is probably what it's going to look like, as in not like that, but in black, I think, is how he's probably going to have it when he's the Doctor. That's my assumption. That's my guess, but... And the caption says, "My odds are stacked, I'll go back to black. We only said goodbye with words." So that's interesting. And then, so shall we talk about this Gallifrey base thing? So to set the stage for this Gallifrey base TARDIS interior rumour, this person has allegedly was the one who, the whole Beep the Meep stuff, they predicted that in advance, apparently, on Gallifrey base, I guess. So they've got a decent track record when it comes to, predicting this stuff. And they have apparently released William, who's alright. But yeah, they have apparently got some new details about the TARDIS interior that's going to be used in the 60th anniversary. Now, we don't know whether that's going to be for Ncuti as well. But it's interesting nonetheless, so I'm going to give it a read. Where is it? Okay, so here it is. Okay, you guys ready? I'll try to describe it to you though. The pic I have shows part of the set that I'm assuming is the new interior. Due to the angle of the pic, I can't see the console, rather than what looks like the entrance to the room. What I'm looking at seems to be massive. There's a cherry picker lift with its lift only partially extended, and the height of the room is more than twice the size of it. The shape of the console room seems to be more dome-shaped, reminiscent of the 9th and 10th Doctor control room, and retains the roundels. That's interesting. So they say retains the roundels. I'm not sure whether they're referring to the Tennant roundels. I'm assuming that's what they mean by that. I'm going onto the wrong page. I'm assuming that's what they mean by retains the roundels, but they are presented in a rigid grid pattern rather than hexagonal. Interesting. Not sure what that means. I know that the Tennant roundels, they were more hexagonal. That's a hexagonal, apparently. So my assumption is that, maybe the shape of them is going to be slightly different, or maybe the sort of way they're positioned looks slightly different. What I found interesting is the lights. A section of the roundels are backlit, but in a rainbow-type gradient from left to right. So column 1 is red/orange, column 2 is a lighter orange, and column 3 is yellow, through to a column on the far right of the pic that has a cool light blue. That's what there's what looks like a roller coaster cork screwing around 360 degrees, although this might be a camera rail, who knows. The set looks very much like it's still under construction, which ties into what I've been told. I hope this is information for you all. So if this is the new TARDIS interior, my first impressions are big, and more light and colour than recent console rooms. I know next to nothing about Shooty, and nothing about how he will play the part. Oh, okay, so this is for Shooty then, presumably. Okay, that's interesting. That's very interesting. So they've said they don't know anything about Shooty or how he'll play the part. So I'm assuming this is for Shooty then. But I can imagine an energetic, but maybe a lonely Doctor calling this place home. Interesting. I know that there were a lot of people who joked about like a disco type TARDIS when Shooty was announced, and I would personally love that. Yeah, very interesting stuff. I'd be interested to hear what you guys think about that. Obviously, it's difficult because we can't all see the we can't see the picture that this person is referring to in terms of this TARDIS. How about exterior look being a spaceship? Nah, it's got to be a police box, man. Yeah, it's got to be a police box. I don't know whether it's... I mean, look, I think bright colours in the TARDIS, good thing. And to be fair, they've said like orange, reds, and yellows, which are kind of good colours. Like, I think a disco vibe's quite neat, personally, you know? And again, it's hard for us to judge until we've actually seen it, you know? But I think that sounds quite cool, if that is indeed correct. This is somewhat interesting. So, recently you guys will know that Doctor Who, what's it called? Redacted. I couldn't think of the name. Doctor Who Redacted has been being released. I think the final episode has come out now. It's an audio series featuring a bunch of sort of basically people who run a conspiracy podcast about the Doctor, and they get trapped in all like this big adventure thing. But according to Juno Dawson, who was one of the main people behind Doctor Who Redacted, I believe, she was forbidden to write forbidden to write Donna Noble into Doctor Who Redacted for obvious reasons. She was also meant to have K9 in it as well. That's interesting, because why would RTD specifically put a limit on K9? That's an interesting point. Now, that's not obviously confirming a K9 return, but I find it interesting that there's a limit on them. Someone did point out in the comments in Farewell Sarah Jane from 2020, K9 was given to Ace. Ace is coming back. So it might be possible that they are planning an Ace K9 thing. That'd be neat. Apparently as well, you know, obviously there's difficulty with rights of K9, so there might have been rights issues. But I kind of doubt it for an audio thing, but I could be wrong. Maybe. But yeah, interesting that K9 was one of the ones who was held off there. And then we've got, following on from that, we've got some looks at some images that I hadn't seen. Cultbox have been doing a great job rounding up all the filming stuff. There's some additional stuff I hadn't seen. So this is from the stuff in Bristol on June 15th. We've got more shots of the Emporium, better shots of... I hadn't seen all of these. Better shots of the props. Oh, I'm blocked, that's why. More set dressing stuff. Can I see this one? Yeah, I hadn't seen this, I don't think. So, yeah, you can see the crashed plane parts here. The Bloomsbury Gazette. Interesting. See, that looks more old-timey. And then we've got a proper look at this whole set of things, which I think we've seen before. As I've said before, they all seem to have different dates on them, which were interesting. And then we've got these I Love... Is that I Love DC? Shit. Interesting. Where could DC be? I wonder. I think that says England under it. So I'm trying to discern whether that's an indication towards location. Again, I'm going to stick by my original theory that like a lot of the stuff that we're seeing seems to be sort of meshed like timeline stuff. So that makes sense in terms of like there being a bunch of different dates, times, locations, stuff like that. Cyberman Alf says that apparently K9 is in the centenary. Do we have obviously not saying I don't believe you, but have we got any like sort of indication of that? Someone said clickbait. I've literally gone through every single thing so far in the title. I don't know why people are saying it's clickbait when I'm going through all of it, but cool. I mean, look. Yeah, I don't know, but yeah. So we get a closer look at the circus poster as well as this clown image, which is very interesting. Also, these weird. I noticed these before. These weird, almost like these very British sort of decorative things. Also, almost weirdly giving me Dimensions in Time vibes. I hadn't seen these pictures properly, but it is interesting that like a lot of the clothing and material goods seen in these sets are seeming to be from different time periods. Also, as people have pointed out, the graffiti has the word flux on it, so interesting there. Ties into my theory that like these surroundings are full of like the Doctor's like memories and sort of experiences. Also, you can see there's someone putting up a Henrik sign as well. I hadn't seen a lot of these, so these are really cool to see. I've seen a few of these. You know these ones, mostly just Tennant walking around. If there is anything new, I'll be sure to make sure that you guys know. But a lot of this stuff is the stuff that I've already seen. I love this guy. Shout out to this guy who's just running with this giant, what appears to be sort of inflatable dog thing. Very fun. I think I've seen most of these. Obviously the End of Times guy, which is interesting. Again, End of Times being another reference to obviously Tennant's last episode. Why did I say first? The End of Time. So I definitely think my theory is correct. If it's wrong, fair enough, but I don't know, I think it all just seems to be lining up very well. We got the picture of him dancing, which we'd already seen. This one was from Instagram. This one says it's from Dr. Humor, but photo credit goes to Rowan Art. So there you go, Rowan Art. There you go. So I was wondering where that was from. We got more pictures of unit soldiers, updated unit kit. Yeah, it definitely looks more militaristic to me. I don't know whether you guys agree. It's definitely looking more militaristic, sort of future-y vibe, which is interesting. I think I'd seen these ones. Yeah, so that's that filming. We also had some more stuff from the filming of the following day, compiled again by Coltbox. Again, there seems to be... This is another different logo on the clapperboards here. It seems to be got like lines through it, which almost looks weirdly 70s inspired. Obviously, I don't think that the clapperboard logos are an indication of what the logo will actually be for the show going forward. Because I've looked at a lot of old filming pictures from like 11th Hour and stuff, and they normally just use like a regular typeface with Doctor Who written on it. So I'm not seeing that as like, okay, this is automatic proof that like this is the new logo, but it's still, I kind of like it, kind of like simple. We got the Edinburgh Glasgow Continental Line image here. So the interesting thing about this is that this all seems to be a lot more cohesive with like a certain time period. You can see here it all seems to look like it's from the past, like one sort of specific point, mainly like the 1920s and stuff like that. You can see here more images of the TARDIS being assembled in that one street, as well as a bunch of David Tennant, Catherine Tate images, which I'm going to go through here. I'm not actually sure when the next bit of filming is. I know obviously they probably do a lot of stuff in studio, but public-wise I'm not too sure. We know that Yasmin Finney wrapped. I did mention that in a previous video, but yeah, we know Yasmin Finney is wrapped, which is interesting. think we've seen a lot of these. Yeah, I think we saw most of these in our streams covering this filming. But looking very, very cool. We got some more shots of them running out, which I don't think I'd see. Yeah, running out of the toy shop. So I think it's a safe bet that this is one of the early confrontations with the toy maker. You can even see, as many people pointed out, that clown image there is almost like 1-for-1 with the clown from the original Celestial Toymaker story. Like, it's almost exactly the same. So very cool stuff. And yeah, that was about that. And there was also some rain machines apparently. So yeah, interesting, very, very cool. And then what I wanted to talk about, main thing I wanted to talk about, Cultbox again has given us some more details of from RTD, from the Doctor Who magazine. Obviously, I'm not gonna like show like all of the Doctor Who magazine, because obviously someone's saying God bless Bolstrek. Let me just do something real quick. Bam, look at that. So much better. Anyway, so what I was saying was, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm not going to show you guys the whole Doctor Who magazine because I want to promote, support the magazine. But yeah, basically, we have got some stuff from Cultbox giving us some more indications. Russell has basically been teasing us as to the plot of the 60th, and I want to read that out. So, despite the wording on the cover, Davis doesn't reveal how or why David Tennant, who played the 10th Doctor, and Catherine Tate, who plays Donna Noble, are back together again, filming Doctor Who. However, he did offer several possible scenarios for the reunion. One of them could be true or none. A mysteriously forgotten excursion for the TARDIS in between Planet of the Youth or the Centauran stratagem? Or maybe a multiverse thing. They're all the rage these days. Maybe this is the Doctor and Donna from Universe 557, all set to collide with our own. Then again, maybe, just maybe, this return is so impossible, and it's actually an intrinsic illusion created by an old enemy of the Doctor's, or maybe an old enemy of Donna Neris, or maybe an old enemy of Donna's, Neris. Of course, I couldn't give that away in the page of the Doctor Who magazine, could I? But then again, the magazine is the first place I ever revealed the name of Billie Piper's Rose in issue 340, so read carefully. There are truths in here. I'm thinking, right, this is my guess, given what you said. I'm reckoning it's the second to last one. An illusion created, or some sort of illusion created by one of the Doctor's oldest foes, mainly the Toymaker. That's my guess. But obviously, let's take them one by one. Donna married Shaun Temple Noble in 2010. The actor who plays Shaun Temple, Carl Collins, was spotted at Doctor Who filming in Camden. They appear to have a teenage daughter called Rose, played by Yasmin Finney. Bernard Cribbins was spotted on set at the same time filming, playing Donna's grandfather, Wilfred Marcy, in a wheelchair. I think these developments eliminate any possibility of a forgotten 2008 excursion. I'd imagine so, yeah. A multiverse is possible, but there was nothing seen in any of the filming which would indicate Donna's life hasn't progressed naturally from the known universe. Well, yes and no. To be fair, the fact that her head hasn't blown up as a result of seeing the Doctor, that is kind of an odd development. I also love the name drop of Neris, but yeah, that is a weird development, but I don't think it's a multiverse either, but it's not impossible. Is it an illusion? Possibly, but why would Davis give that away? Wouldn't it be disappointing if a thrilling and heartwarming Doctor Donna reunion were only an illusion? I think there's a way of balancing it, though. I think you can do it both ways, where, like, the characters reunite, but it's under some weird circumstances. I don't know. There's, what does the TARDIS console look like? We did that earlier. I can bring it up again later on, but, bloody Neris, yeah. It's basically a Gallifrey base, like, talking about, apparently, like, there's a lot of, like, roundels. They've gone for a more circular sort of shape in the same way as the 9th and 10th Doctor console. And it's always good when your head doesn't explode. That is true. And like a bunch of different coloured roundels, so like red, orange, yellow, that sort of thing. So that's interesting. Interesting. Loving the stream. Thank you. First he revealed that he wrote the article 6 days before a night shoot in Cardiff, making it May 28th, 6 days before the 5 days of Axminster Road filming and a nearby field in June 3rd, 6th and 7th, June 8th, 9th. In the course of this, he admitted that the monsters seen at the Cardiff shoot might well be familiar. And familiar, but new. Come on, it's got to be Beep the Meep, surely. Surely, come on now. Beep the Meep and the Wrath Warriors. This is what I like about Davis, right? He gives us little nuggets, and he lets us basically, try and figure out what they mean, ourselves. Or, he'll give us, just enough information to keep us hyped without giving us everything. And I think this is how you do, promotion, in my opinion, right? Because a lot of people say when it comes to current era marketing, they're like, oh, but we can't have too much, current era marketing because they'll give stuff away. They'll give away all the secrets. This is how you circumvent that. You give people a bunch of different ideas and then you lead people to speculate, thus creating more conversations around your product. It's just a different class, I think. Nah, Beep the Meep's iconic. How dare you? No. It's mainly a comic character. I don't think... Here's the thing. I don't think Beep the Meep's going to be a main villain. I think the Toymaker is going to be the main villain. I leave a like, thank you. But yeah, He also revealed that David Tennant and Catherine Tate were photographed for their May 15th return announcement at Wolf Studios on May 3rd. So this is interesting because this confirms David Tennant was in Cardiff around that time, which some people were speculating he was. Apparently some people had seen him. So yeah, that does confirm that. Indicating the start of their involvement, Davis was present for the photo shoot as well as Bad Wolf executive Jane Chandler and Julie Gardner and producer Phil Collinson. It was a group reunion with much hugging and hooting. Tennant possibly stayed in Cardiff for studio filming as he was spotted in the city on May 10th. There was an unconfirmed sighting of Tate in the same area around the same time. Wouldn't be surprised if that was the case. Very interesting. So that's essentially... Darius will be the main villain. I thought that looked like a recent pick. Wait, which pick? The irony with the Chibnall ring so secretive is that it had no reason to. Here's the thing. Some things I understand keeping secret. I get it. But I think there are ways of keeping secrets without, giving people nothing. You know what I mean? I think there is a middle ground there. In my opinion, at least. Also, I want to point out as well, because I've gone over a lot of the major news points I wanted to go over. There's also been some speculation that we might get some Doctor Who stuff at San Diego Comic-Con. I'm going to see if I can get that up. There was some speculation that that Chibnall was offered the San Diego Comic-Con slot. He refused, so Russell took it. I don't know whether that's true. That's something I have seen speculated by a couple of people. I've also seen... I've seen a couple of bits of speculation, so that's interesting. I love the fact that... I find it really interesting that the 60th anniversary has been in the works since Christmas 2020. Russell must have been hired late 2020, so... Think about it, right? How mental is that? Before we even had seen, Revolution of the Daleks, Russell T Davies had been hired. Why would Chibnall refuse? Apparently he just... The thing is with Chibnall is, I don't think he's a bad guy. I think he's just not really a showman in the same way that someone like a Russell or a Moffat is. He's more a behind-the-scenes type, which is kind of weird, it's kind of why he's an odd choice for showrunner. But... if that is true, I'm not saying it is, but it is interesting nonetheless. A lot of people said, well, it's because of the way the fandom treats him, but Moffat was treated horrendously and he still went to these things, so... yeah, also, want to talk about this. I kind of already did a video discussing it, but just to bring it up again for those of you who hadn't seen... Peter Capaldi was announced to be filming a new Apple TV3 crime thriller criminal record. So probably not going to be filming for the 60th. I'm going to let you guys know that now. If you guys remember, the original Bad Wolf 3 leaker had said it was only Tennant coming back. So yeah. Wait, let me get this. So there was some speculation about some announcements, but we haven't had a new announcement yet, so I'd assume that wasn't accurate. But I could be wrong. Yeah, also, Smith, my boy Smith got a haircut. Again, not an immediate indication of a return, but it is interesting that around this same time, he's gotten his hair to look distinctly like his Doctor Who counterpart. That is interesting to note. Again, though, I'm not going to say that that's confirmation of anything. Yeah, I don't know whether there was another announcement following June 17th, was there? I'm not sure. Was there another one after June 17th? I don't think there was. Oh, Russell T. Davis liked to comment saying, I can't be waiting until 2023 for the start of RTD2. God, I hope we get an Expo special this year or something. It's like, don't read too much into it, Yeah, he likes all comments. But I'm telling you now, I think a Christmas special's on the cards. I got a feeling. Just on the chat, have you done the TARDIS interior one yet? So yeah, I have done that. I might bring it up again later for those of you who missed it, but I have done that. Do you like Star Wars, Harry Potter, James Bond? Star Wars, yeah. I finished Kenobi. I thought it was decent. Fine. It was fine. You know, I was sort of in the middle. I enjoyed it, but it did have its flaws, but I enjoyed it. Harry Potter, I really liked as a kid. But I kind of, the Fantastic Beasts movies really weren't for me. Once the main set of films had finished, that was kind of me done, you know? And obviously as well, I read a few of the books as a kid, but yeah, I haven't really thought about it that much since then. What was the other one you said? Thoughts on The Boys. Oh man, the new episode was great. If you haven't watched The Boys yet, go watch The Boys. Seriously, it's phenomenal. It's absolutely incredible. Go watch it. Just go watch it. Also, someone asked why I'd gone private on Twitter. Basically, you know, Doctor Who Twitter can be kind of mental sometimes. I've noticed a lot of people private quote tweeting and stuff. You know what, I'll just go private for a bit. You know, just for my own mental health. Oh, James Bond was the other one. I gotta be honest, I'm not a big fan of the spy genre. It's just not one of my favourite genres. I don't mind James Bond. I've seen a few of them, but it's not my favourite thing. Today's episode of The Boys was something else. Oh, I know, it was incredible. Children in Need schedule this year, that'd be fun, but I haven't heard anything. Oh yeah, I'm not saying that the Instagram post confirms anything, but it's neat. Capaldi could film 2 projects at the same time. True. I don't know whether he would be though. It's interesting. The thing that's interesting about filming at the moment is it's interesting to see how far are they actually along with filming right now, because the thing is that we know that Yasmin Finney is wrapped. We know that she wrapped on filming a couple of weeks ago, so it does make you wonder where they're at. There was a thing, you know, the original filming dates for Bad Wolf, for what we have speculated to be Doctor Who, which was, I think, proven correct. They said that the filming would end at the end of July, and I'm going to assume that that's the case for the 60th anniversary stuff. And then I believe they said that filming would resume in November. So my hypothesis is this: filming is going to go on till maybe the end of July, maybe early August, maybe pick up shots, stuff like that. They'll go away for a bit, and then November, once Shooty is finished with Sex Ed and the Barbie film, then he's going to film Series 14. So, assumedly, we'll have a full series in 2024. So we'll have a few specials in 2023 to whet our whistles, whet our appetites for more Doctor Who, with David Tennant, Catherine Tate, and then bam, 2024, new series with Shooty. Is it being filmed in sequence, though? As often it's not. That's true, But I doubt they're filming with Shooty right now because, as I said, he's filming other projects at the moment. And I think that's kind of... oh, someone's being transphobic. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna just... Yep, alright. It's a shame when I have to ban people, to be honest, but yeah, someone's being transphobic. You're not welcome in the chat, I'm sorry. We accept everyone here. I love that Barbie will be just below Doctor Who on his IMDb, yeah. Do you think David's sonic screwdriver in the filming picture will be carried on by Shooty's Doctor? Nah, I kind of think he'll have a new one. I kind of think this is like an in-between transitional gap thing. I don't know whether... I don't think it'll transition much into the new era. With Shooty, I mean, I could be wrong, but I accept no one. Fair enough. I mean, at least... Yeah. It's always a shame when I have to ban people, but if you're going to be a dick, then you're going to get banned. That's just how it works, you know? But yeah, there have been a few things of recent which were interesting. Obviously, there are other parts of the Doctor Who magazine that are interesting, but I don't want to read them all out because, you know, as I said, there's been a lot of sort of centenary rumours, but I can never trace back where they actually came from. But yeah, most of the rest of the stream, to be honest, I just kind of wanted to have a chat about Doctor Who anyway, so. Oh, the other thing was the speculation about Comic-Con. I'll get that up to talk about. Let me get it. So yeah, there was some people speculating on Reddit, you know, hey, could we get... San Diego Comic-Con is happening next month, late July. I think it's a good possibility we could get an air date, new trailer for the Centenary Special. I do not expect RTD news at the convention, though. I think one thing we forget is that they used to travel for Comic-Con, especially when seasons came in the fall, the era of Who's been shrouded by COVID, so we've forgotten. I'm honestly doubting they're going to go to Comic-Con just for the one special, to be honest. I'm not convinced we're going to get a Comic-Con panel just for the Centenary. Like, I doubt it. Like, I could be wrong. I hope we do get news video. I hope we get it. I'm just not confident that we will. Yeah. To be fair, like, here's the thing. We don't really need the news yet of the Centenary. My concern with the video, because I did a video talking about, I think, you know, the marketing team's forgotten about the Centenary, was basically me using that topic as a discussion for how they've traditionally marketed the Chibnall era, and why I'm kind of worried it's going to happen with the Centenary again. Right now, I'm not too concerned, but, you know, I would like it if they didn't, you know, leave it until a month before broadcast, but that's probably what they're going to do, and I've just kind of got to accept that that's what they're going to do. Check IMDb and they already have a page for 60th anniversary celebrations. That's true. Does it say anyone new on it? To be fair, the thing is with IMDb is I think it's user curated, so they can like just put anyone in without it being checked. So what's the new console look like? Tell you what, I'm just let me get it back up. It was basically it was a Gallifrey based thing. It's similar to Tennant's, according to this Gallifrey base person, similar shape to Tennant's, sort of dome circular thing, with hexagonal roundels, but they were like red, yellow and orange, and apparently there was like lots of big structures in it as well, and it's probably a lot more bright and colourful than previous console rooms. That's basically what they've said. It's difficult for me to really describe without like having it up, but that's about the long and short of it. They should bring a new series of Doctor Who bench games for the new era. That'd be fun. I'd like some new games. That's definitely a thing I'd like. The fact they're filming this far in advance makes me think that there's more space for more Doctors to come in. I would like it, At this point, I'm not counting on it, given that, as I said, you know, Capaldi's filming other stuff. I would like it if they got Smith personally, because Smith has been one of the ones who has said, like, yeah, I really want to come back, I love doing Doctor Who. He's been nothing but positive about the show, as well. Like, I want him to come back. I think he deserves it. So I hope they get him back. But yeah, Capaldi's. This is the thing. I think people. I said this in a previous video. Like, Russell's kind of limited in who he can realistically bring back for the 60th. Because obviously, for obvious reasons, Eccleston's a no. Capaldi seems to be busy doing other things. Whittaker's obviously just given birth. So that's the majority of the new ones off the table, right? Smith obviously is on the table. Classic Doctors are rumoured to be in the centenary, so you probably wouldn't want to do that twice, right? And then, who's left? McGann? McGann I'd love to see back, but like, if you see what I'm saying, there are some limitations to who he can realistically bring back. Oh, I think they should bring back McGann. But you get what I'm trying to say, there is some limited choice there. Do you think the new TARDIS exterior for Sheety's Doctor would be like a mix between a classic series and a new series? The exterior, so honestly, right, I wouldn't be opposed to them keeping Jodie. It's like the exterior, as in the box, looks really nice. I wouldn't be opposed to them keeping it. McGann would be a nice surprise. McGann would be cool. What's your opinion on Edge of Reality? I did stream it on here. It had some good moments, but it was very glitchy, unfortunately. I haven't played it, though, since it's been patched, so it might be better now. I'm supposed to be working. This is more important, Paul. Doctor Who talk is more important now. I'm never going to encourage people not to work, but, you know, as a Tennant fan, I've already got my wish. I'd love a reason to be happy for Smith Bantire. Yeah, the thing is, I'm a fan of both, right? I'm a fan of, like, both, so I'm really happy about Tennant, but Smith would just be, like, the icing on the cake for me, really. I think 5 and 7 will make a cameo in the centenary or the 60th. You know, it's kind of interesting to me how many people are still confused over the whole centenary 60th thing. The centenary is celebrating 100 years of the BBC and is being released in October, and that'll be Jodie's final episode. And then the 60th is November 2023, and that's the 60th anniversary. And there might also be some you know, things before that. Thank you, Argos400, for the £2.79 or the $2 CAD 79. Diaries, send positive vibes on Matt returning. I will. I pray every day. Oh, someone said O in the chat. Was the console leaked already? There has been a Gallifrey base describing what they say is what the new TARDIS is. Whether it's accurate or not, I'm not sure, but we did go over that earlier in the stream. So don't worry if you missed that, because once the stream is over, you guys will be able to go back and watch the stream anyway. Would you think Russell will be bringing back merchandise into public? I think we're going to get more merchandise for the 60th. I think that's just an inevitability. Like, I genuinely believe the 60th is going to do really well. Can't believe Doctor Who's 100 years old. God damn it, Adzinka. It feels like only 9. It is actually mental, to be fair, because I have like really strong memories of the 50th, and it's mental to me that next year we're going to be celebrating the 60th. That is kind of insane to me. I think it's safe to say there will be more than one modern Doctor in the 60th. Darius, don't you worry. I mean, I hope you're right. But I'm happy with what we've been seeing so far. Here's the thing. I've said it before. I do think some people are like, they're jumping the gun a bit. You know, they're like, oh, can't believe it's just a celebration of like the first Russell era with David and Catherine. It's like, we haven't even seen, like, we've seen like 4 scenes total be filmed outside. Like, give them a chance, you know, give them time. Like, obviously I know everyone judges things initially, but like, you know, you gotta think, there's probably a lot of stuff we don't know at this point. Like, I think so anyway. And even then, I don't really ascribe to the whole notion that, like, oh, it's only celebrating RTD1 anyway, even just based on what we've seen. Because they've got the Celestial Toymaker, they've got Beat for Meep, one of which is a classic 60s villain, the others, and obviously the Wrath Warriors, are, like, extended universe comic villains. Like, it's obvious he's not just celebrating that period of the show. Unit as well. Obviously, I know that they've been in a lot, but they date all the way back to the 70s. So I don't really see it as a RTD1 celebration as such. And I think, I don't know, I kind of like the idea of it not being a traditional multi-Doctor story. It looks like they're doing a Dark Dimension thing, which I like. More Doctor Who figures, please? I agree. I agree with that sentiment. I don't think John Hurt will be available for this. Yeah, I doubt it as well. Which is a shame. Rest in peace, John Hurt. I remember that day. I remember that day when he passed away. I remember when that happened. I was really sad that day when that happened. It was 2017, wasn't it? He passed away, unfortunately. One thing I'll look forward to for Davis is that he knew how to write the Daleks. Ruthless Kill Machines, Chibnall did a good job, better than Moffat. But Davis gave us part of it. Yeah, Davis is the king of the Daleks. My only issue with... Because I think Davis is great at like most of the classic lineups that he's done. The only... I thought it was 2017. Because I remember being like slightly before, you know, like the start of the year... and then Jodie was announced that same following year. I could be wrong. I often am. But what was I saying? Parting of the Ways is great, yeah. The only thing I would say with Russell is, in my opinion, he kind of made the Cybermen a bit too much like Daleks, you know, with the whole catchphrase and, you know, that sort of stuff. But, like, other than that, I think he's great at, like, most of the other villains. Daleks especially. The thing is, I've always said with Moffat, his thing with the Daleks was he tried to make them more complicated when they didn't need to be. I think that was the problem. Yeah, I thought I was right. I thought it was early 2017. I thought so. Yeah. Matt Smith has to return in his Time of the Doctor outfit to explain why he's older. I don't know whether they do, though, because they didn't really for Tennant in Day of the Doctor, and to be honest, Smith hasn't really aged that much. Although, having said that, I've always said the Trenzalore thing is a great way of bringing back Smith without having to explain why he's older. Just say that it's happening, you know, during Trenzalore. Cybermen always had phrases. Are you forgetting it? Excellent. Yeah, that is true. But, like, I don't know, they made it more like a marketed thing with Delete, I guess. But I love Excellent as well, to be fair. But to be fair, we always, you know, sort of thought that Excellent was quite humorous. And I don't even think the Cybermen were the only ones to use it, were they? Obviously, they were the main ones, but I think a few others probably said Excellent in the classic show. Imagine how Smith would be under Davis. Oh, no, because we don't really need to, because he did. Davis wrote him in Sarah Jane Adventures, and I don't think the whole kiddie thing is like an issue. I think what he would do is probably, I think he would write him extremely well. I think he writes him extremely well in, I think it's Death of the Doctor, the Sarah Jane Adventures episode that he's in. He did an incredible job there, so... Moffat is such a good writer, but I think he got a bit carried away in his series of showrunner. I do quite like his era. I like his era more than some others do, but it does have its flaws, but so do all eras, really. Imagine how... yeah, no, I read that. Yeah, Sarah Jane Adventures. Matt Smith looked 12 years old in Morbius. To be fair, Morbius was probably filmed a while ago, though, because I remember it being delayed a few times. And it's quite funny that they re-released it in cinemas among, you know, the meme becoming a big thing, and then it didn't take off. But that was quite funny to me, I can't lie. Matt could drink lots of water, use moisturiser, and take a little... yeah, a little that, and his skin would look just fine. I agree. New TARDIS, yes. There was a rumour on Gallifrey base that was describing what the TARDIS looked like. Basically, same shape as... Basically, it was like similar shape to Chris and David's one, the sort of dome, circular dome, but with hexagonal roundels in a grid pattern with... but the colours are orange, red and yellow. But it is just a description. We haven't got a picture yet. But if we do at any point, I will be sure to show it. But yeah. But hello, Jay, as well. How many 13th Doctor Sonic releases have we had so far? I think the original character one got re-released once. And I want to say there was also a 720 release. So I think there's like 3 different. And I guess if you're including, like, I think they did like a light one. They did like a light one, like a light painting one. So in total, about 4. About 4. 13th Doctor Sonic releases. If I could be wrong, but Sanic? Yeah, Sanic the Hooch Hedge. Morbid Time at JXE. I agree. Do you think that the new Sonic Screwdriver will get a toy? Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I will buy 15 of them. There was a few other packaging, as in the square and the cylinder packaging. As in packaging variations of Sonic Screwdrivers. I imagine there probably was, although I don't remember them. Where was the description for the new TARDIS? I'll tell you what, I'll put it back. I'll link it in chat for those of you, because I covered it earlier in the stream. But for those of you who are just popping in, who are like what's this about a new TARDIS? I'll link it in the chat for you guys. It was from Gallifrey based originally, so obviously, but apparently they did predict Beat the Meat correctly, so apparently a decent source for this kind of thing. Also, it seems oddly specific for them to make up. Like, I feel like if you were to make up a TARDIS interior, you know, like, I feel like you just say, oh, it's Tennant's, or, you know, you'd make up this big elaborate one, but they've been deliberately vague about it. So, hello. Can you put up a Morbius Matt Smith on your shelf? Do they sell those? Like, are there Milo? Is that his name? What's he called in Morbius? I don't know what he's called. I didn't watch it. Hello there. Can I please have a Morbius meal? Yes. I still want a live action Missy interior. That'd be cool. The art for Missy's interior looks really cool. Yeah, it is Milo. Yeah. Do they sell a Milo figure? Because I might actually buy that if they do sell one. Animated Big Finish would be sick. Yeah. Not sure what that is in reference to, but I agree with the concept of Animated Big Finish. I think Matt Smith should come back as his Morbius character. I would rather him be the Doctor, to be honest. But you know what? You do you, that's what I say. Put Fez on Milo for more meme power, yeah. As a self-proclaimed Morbius expert, I can confirm his name is Milo. That's not something you want to celebrate. What are your thoughts on John Pertwee's sunbeam in the Third Doctor and the 60th anniversary of the Centenary special? He has said he'd rather not do it, I think, because he didn't want to, something about, like, you know, him wanting to, you know, respect his father's legacy and stuff. I wouldn't be opposed to it, though. I mean, if David Bradley can do it, then, yeah, sure. As long as it was written well, and he could do it. But he seems to look the part, so I'd be cool with it. Satanic screwdriver for the next one. Now that we've had the announcement and seen a bit of filming, does this convince you that the Whoniverse is legit going to be a thing? I think there is possibility for spin-offs. I did a whole video, if you haven't seen it. I'd suggest it, talking about a possible Doctor Who MCU and how that could work. I'll link that in chat if you haven't seen it. But yeah, I quite enjoyed doing that video. So if you haven't seen that, I would suggest watching it. Let me get it up. Make sure that my sound is off. Yep, it is, so I'm not reverberating for you guys. Reverberating through the screen. So yeah, if you haven't seen that, I suggest watching it. It was also my first sponsorship, so that was neat. I'd rather see Sean Pertwee as a brand new incarnation of Doctor. That's fair. That's fair. I mean, I haven't seen him in much. I saw him in a bit of Gotham, I think. I think he's been a couple other things I might have seen, but there is when would you like a trailer for the Centenary? A trailer, I feel like, good question. I'd like one at Comic-Con, but it's not going to happen. How are you on Star Trek? I did try and get into it. Like, I tried to watch TNG in the original series, and I was struggling, admittedly. But maybe if someone suggests some good episodes to me, I might be able to get into it better. Sean Pertwee as Rassilon or the General. That'd be neat. I've been really getting into watching like a bunch of me and Jean, one of our like pastimes. Jean Le Carre runs Wild Never podcast with me. Me and him have just like our nightly activity has consisted of watching a bunch of Doctor Who fan films, and that's been fun. Some of them are great, some of them are not so great, and some of them are mental, but it's very fun. Are you a Stranger Things fan, Tardis? Not yet. A lot of people have said for me to watch it, and I've not got around to it. But I've heard it's good, so we'll get a trailer for the Centenary a day before it comes out. Wouldn't surprise me too much, not gonna lie. I think they mean a full trailer, Bud Brothers official 420, as in like a full length, you know, trailer after the teaser at the end of the Legend of Sea Devils. Thoughts on a made-for-cinema Doctor Who movie? I think I'd like it, but I'd like it to exist within the continuity of the show. Like, I wouldn't want them to do, like, oh, here's a new Doctor with, like, a new origin story. Like, I'd want it to at least... to be fair, I don't mind there being a movie-exclusive Doctor, but I wouldn't want them to, like, give them a new... You know, I wouldn't want them to do a Doctor Who and the Daleks situation, where it's like, oh, he's a human called Doctor Who, and he's got a TARDIS, and all that sort of stuff. Like, I wouldn't want them to do that. Give the 8th Doctor another film. I'd be down. I would watch that. But I doubt many others... I doubt outside the Doctor Who fandom that would have a big reach, probably. MB Homeland has done some of the best fan films. I have watched a bit of those. Will you collaborate with Richard Lloyd and Miles Taylor? I mean, I like their videos. I haven't spoken to them about it. But if they want to, maybe. I don't know. Doctor in the Daleks is masterpiece. To be fair, I do kind of prefer it to the original story. I don't know whether that's blasphemous or not. Although, I would say the Dalek Invasion of Earth TV story is better than the film. That's my opinion. What is the singular of that? Tharys is singular. It's like... Actually, no. Barry's isn't singular either, is it? No. I don't know why I thought it was. Tharys is singular. It's like Madonna. You know? It's just one thing. What if Rowan Atkinson and Joanna Lumley show up as the Fatal Death Doctors? I mean, I wouldn't say no, but I doubt it. Is Peter Cushing part of Doctor Who canon? I believe it was made canon in one of the... I think Stephen Moffat made it canon in the Day of the Doctor novelisation, that they were films that, like, the Doctor had influence over. Like, apparently, like, the first Doctor gave Peter Cushing one of his monocles or something like that. Yeah. So they are canon within the universe, but they're films within the universe rather than having actually happened. Does that make sense? I think that's what the canon explanation is anyway. Which I quite like. Correct. Thank you. Appreciate that. Would love Paul McGann to have an on-screen moment with his Big Finish companions. That'd be cool. One of the ones I was watching, one of the fan films I was watching, The Forgotten Doctor, that had a remake of the ending scene of the comic Flood, and no word will lie, the guy doing the 8th Doctor was doing a really good job. 11 impersonates Cushing by saying I love his bandly legs and making no change at all. Yes. I don't know what that means, but yes. You still doing the collab with Alex? I'm waiting for him to get back to me at the moment. He hasn't gotten back to me. We said that we were going to do it on a date, and then on a certain date, and then that went by, and I never heard from him again. So if he messages me, it'll happen, you know. But if he doesn't, I think he's been busy, so I don't blame him really. It's been, you know, because he's had the YouTuber charity football thing. So yeah, you know, hopefully it'll still happen. But thank you, Recaffin, for becoming top chair. Were you top chair before, or have you always been top chair and you're just resubscribing? Not sure, but either way, thank you. Oh yeah, that sounds cool about Cushing's Doctor. Yeah, I think that was in the Day of the Doctor novelisation. I'm pretty sure. Oh, we don't know who the no idea who the girl in the fan film was, John. Yeah, me and John were watching the Forgotten Doctor fan films, and like half the episodes don't exist. So they set up a lot of stuff in the original episodes that we saw that are just never going to get resolved, and it kind of sucks. They're really something I remember them. Okay, cool. But listen, I think I'm going to wrap up that stream there, actually. I had a really fun, short stream. If you've missed anything from earlier on the stream, be sure to, just rewatch the stream when it comes out. Thank you all for watching, and I'm going to see you in a bit. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone.